So as you may or may not have noticed, I haven't made a YouTube video in quite a while. It's been 8 months now, maybe 7. And that's because I have been very hurt. Back in April, right at the very end of April, I woke up one day and my lower back was a little sore. Not totally unusual, but kind of went about my day. Back was sore, not a big deal. The next day, I wake up, again, back's a little sore, not a big deal. Go into the weekend, decide I'll just keep riding, and whatever, back's a little sore, I'll just deal with it, and eventually it'll go away. The next week, back is still sore, and I'm starting to notice that when I sit down, it's uncomfortable, and when I stand up after sitting down, I now have pain into my leg. This kind of trend of getting worse and worse continues through all of May and into June, where my back and leg and the pain is just getting worse and worse. So at the beginning of May, I kind of stopped riding and trying to take it easier and rest, and it's still getting worse. And I'm trying to see physio and trying to do some physio, but that's not really helping. And yeah, it's just getting worse. My back's hurting more. It's starting to get hard to walk, and it's hard to sit down, and it's even getting hard to lay in my bed, which is pretty soft. I'm noticing that just laying in bed, my leg along the side will just be burning. Not a ton of pain, but enough that it was starting to be hard to sleep. And yeah, so it turns out that I go get an MRI at the end of June, and I've herniated a disc in my back, my L5-S1. And that's pushing against the nerve. And so basically my back is hurting where the disc is herniated, and it's pushing against a nerve that's going into my leg. And yeah, basically it made it so I was super stiff, and any sort of bending or sitting or movement hurt. In June, it was hard to walk. And like I said, it was hard to do anything besides lay down. And luckily at the end of June, I found a good physiotherapy team. And luckily it stopped getting worse after about 6 weeks into June. And from mid-June until now, I've just been slowly getting better. And I'm about 80% better now. So yeah, I've been missing from the internet because, yeah, I really couldn't do anything. I stopped working, and obviously I stopped making YouTube videos. So I took sort of basically the last 7 months off of work because it was hard to walk. Obviously, I couldn't pick stuff up or bend over in my lab here or do anything. And yeah, all they did was basically lay on the floor and try to do physiotherapy. I definitely don't recommend herniated disc. It was definitely awful. It was a super strange experience because I don't really have a reason or something to tell you like, oh, I had a big crash and that caused my disc to herniate. I just woke up one day and it was a little sore, and it just got worse and worse for 6 weeks. Very strange experience because usually with even like a serious injury like a broken bone, over 6 weeks you're going to get better. It's weird for over 6 weeks for things to just get worse and worse. Definitely not fun mentally to deal with that. And yeah, obviously since I wasn't able to work or do much, I also didn't feel like, making content about that or really talking about it. Yeah, I just kind of felt like I'd rather lay down and watch movies and try and get better. And so yeah, that's where I've been. And I'm happy now that I think starting in January or February, I'll start making videos again. It definitely has been a crazy experience. Not a good one. I've never had anything negative last this long in general. Like I said, it's been since the end of April. It'll be, 7 or 8 months now of getting better. It's still a few months to go probably before I feel totally normal. And yeah, super unpleasant. And I feel like a year of my life just has disappeared. Very strange. Feels weird. And I do appreciate that my injury wasn't even that bad. Like, it's really bad. Obviously, could have been much worse, though. Could have hurt a lot more, lasted longer, all this kind of stuff. So I think this might make me slightly more risk averse, or at least I'm going to pay attention to things maybe a little more. That being said, after obviously I had a lot of time to sit and read about things, from what I can tell, my understanding is, in general, we're not exactly sure what causes herniated discs, especially any single case. Maybe in the aggregate we can tell there's general trends, but I don't think anyone could really come to me and, okay, let's put it this way. No one could have been watching me and predicted, like, oh, he's months or weeks away from a herniated disc. We can kind of have it happen and then look back and say, like, oh, is it because I sat at this desk too much? Did I slouch too much? Am I heavy? Is it because I'm tall? Is it because of genetics? Probably all of those things, but from what I can tell, there is no answer, which is kind of not super satisfying, but it is what it is. And the same goes for getting better. Maybe I'll make a video if you guys are really curious about what I've done to get better, but it can really just be boiled down to moving as much as you can and time. I don't think there's really any other specific treatment unless your herniated disc is so bad that it's causing, limbs to stop working. Then you might do surgery and stuff like that. But in terms of any other sort of treatment, yeah, I don't think there's really anything magic. I think everything seems to all work more or less the same. At least from what I've read, that's what I can tell. And what you basically want to just try and rehab yourself the best you can. So maybe I can make a whole video talking about what I've done or what I'm doing, but maybe that's boring. I am getting back to riding now, and I am happy to say that, basically all of the people in the brands that support my channel all totally understood that injuries happen, especially really long ones. I mean, I felt really bad because basically when you have a channel like mine and you're working with brands, you're kind of an employee or at least a business partner, and I basically just had to renege on everything I said I would do because I just couldn't do it. But yeah, Insta360, Noli, Noble Wheels, Ride Wrap, 5Dev, yeah, all totally understood that I was hurt, and everyone basically said, yeah, just whenever you're better, like, let us know. And so yeah, I'm gonna build up a new bike hopefully in January now. So that'll probably be one of the first videos I do back, is building up my next bike. And yeah, I'm excited to finally do that and then go ride it. And like I said, I haven't been at work, and I obviously haven't been making YouTube videos. So I basically haven't made any money in quite a while now. And yeah, luckily I'm back in the lab here doing some work and being paid through the university a bit again. And I'm going to make this video to at least monetize my injury somewhat, at least have some sort of upside here. And so thanks for watching the video, at least until this part. If you want to watch all the way to the end and watch any ads that pop up. And I've got lots of other plans, hopefully travel and all sorts of cool biking stuff to do. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed and whatnot and all that YouTube-y influencer stuff. And I think that's it. I guess if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments. And, of course, more comments and likes and whatnot boost a video's interest. And, if this video at least does somewhat well and I can have some money coming back in, totally appreciated. So, yeah, anyone who wants to leave a comment, completely welcome. So I'm going to upload this video in December. My next video is probably not going to be until January when I get all my parts together for my next bike. And like I said, I've got a bit of healing to do still. So I think, yeah, once I get the bike together, I'll probably make a video or two talking about basically learning to ride my bike again, and I think there'll be some interesting videos out of that. So, I think that's it, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.